And another one that's just fantastic is Finding Nemo. I mean, I think they're all pretty fantastic, but like Finding Nemo, and Dory.
No, Dory.
And like whenever somebody's feeling down, I just say,
just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Just keep swimming, 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 swimming,
swim. My name is Dory, I'm from the reef. I like to swim and I don't eat beef.
and every time I say that to somebody, they feel better.
Aww.
Because it's so true.
It's so cute.
And
that's another one where it's like, be proud of who you are.
Right.
Even if you have like weird imperfections, it's okay, embrace it.
Right.
Embrace the special Finn.
Yeah, and I think that's a movie that really gets that message across without feeling corny.
Yeah, not at all, yeah.
And there's just so much, like, the great characters. The whole turtle thing, like, you rock, dude!
Tubular, bro!
Yeah, and the sharks, the rehabilitated shark.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, that's nice.
These are friends, not food.
Right, and then the fact that Dory starts going to the meetings.
Like, well, I don't think I've ever ate a fish. Oh, you're my hero! Yeah, that's probably one I've watched the most out of the series, actually.
Yeah, it's just so funny. Like when they wind up in the whale and like Dory realized, and then I just love like her absent mind and always forgetting.
I can read. I can speak whale.
Yeah, and then she forgets all these things.
May I help you?
Yeah. And Ellen DeGeneres is just great, and Albert Brooks is just it's just great. They always manage to find really great voice talents.
Top notch, and not necessarily people you would always think of
like
for
Albert
that part.
Brooks is not exactly the most. I mean, he's a great actor, great writer and director.
The most sought after one, and he pulled through. He did good. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's just full of so many awesome characters. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
I love the dentist office tank and stuff. They're just great.
And Brian, who did leave a comment, but I won't even bring it up, just because he
Thank you, Brian, for being a consistently good fan.
Right. We've been having issues with people commenting. Not sure what's going on. I don't think it's showing up in people's Facebook feed. So if you do like the show, if you are a fan, you might have to go directly to the page. We are posting questions up there. So
just not getting any answers.
So if you want to go to YouTube. Well, I do post questions on YouTube, so I haven't done that in a while, but I'll start doing YouTube again. And you go to Facebook, so www.facebook.com/lostinmovies, and just try to get out there and make comments. But Brian said that he loves Toy Story, and it's probably the one that he loves most. But he also said that he really loves Ratatouille.
Oh, that's a cute one.
And Ratatouille is just, that's one of those examples that I think it's just a great film.
Yeah.
Like, not even a great animated film. It's just simply a great movie.
It seems like something, and not even to negatively slam it, it seems like something that should have come out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, like it has more of a 80s kids film feel or something. Than
it's very much about characters, and it's got a lot of like substance to it, and it's kind of whimsical, and
cooking rats. I mean, what's more whimsical than that?
Yeah, but it's not cloying, and it's just, and as somebody who's a critic, it really speaks to, there's a monologue about why a critic does what he does.
Yeah.
And it really was struck a chord, and I was just like, that's it, you nailed it. That's what it's like. And Ego, written by, voiced by Peter O'Toole, and the moment, and I don't want to spoil, but the moment where he finally tastes this dish, and the way it connects back, and it's just such a great moment. It's just like
beautiful.
Yeah. And I love Ratatouille. And then after Ratatouille, there was Wally.
Aww.
And Wally's
cute.
Wally's cute. It's kind of a darker one.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's almost like a silent film.
Yeah, the first like half of it, there's no dialogue at all.
Right, and you just have, Eva, Wally.
It's cute.
And Wally was done by the same sound designer that did R2-D2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hats off to them then.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice work.
And yeah, it's it's an interesting one because it is basically we've destroyed the planet,
Yeah.
and so you just have this
Little innocent
little robot that
robot.
was left to clean up the planet. He's the last of his kind of these cleanup robots, and then
He just wants a friend.
he just wants a friend. And then Eva comes in, who is supposed to inspect to see if the planet is ready to be repopulated. Yeah, and he falls in love with her.
Yeah, it seems almost more like a Philip K. Dick story or
Yeah.
something. It's not really
Yeah.
typical Disney Pixar.
And then you get up
kind of thing.
and you finally see humanity, and we've all turned into these giant blobs who just sit in these hover chairs that do everything for us.
Which then reminds me of Triplets of Belleville or
Yeah.
something, just like big, giant, enormous, evil humans.
And then you kind of have a little bit of a HAL 9000
Yeah.
going in there,
Yeah.
where you've got the captain of this giant ship who's like realizing like, hey, wait, we can go back to Earth, and the ship's like, no, we
What
can't.
are you doing?
No.
Can't go back that.
You can't go back.
Yeah.
But it's really great,
Really?
and the love, and just the love, but really the love story between Wally and Eva, like their little dance through space,
Aw.
so cute.
Field and Mod with robots.
Pretty much, like, and I just like that's a movie that really like choked me up.
Oh.
Get upset.
Oh.
And then at the end you have there's a really great Peter Gabriel song over the closing credits.
It's pretty.
And it switches into like this 2D, like almost like kind of like Aztec or like kind of like animation at the end that was kind of cool.
was
And
cool.
I like how they sometimes will try to integrate like 2D animation.
Yeah.
And it's usually over like the closing credits or something. They'll have
Yeah.
like 2D animation.
Like, hey, look what we've got shoved up our
Right.
sleeves.
Like
Let us dazzle you.
right.
From
Like with Monsters Inc. they had like kind of like a little bit of a 2D animation
that
with
was
the closing
cool.
credits. Just to go back to Monsters Inc. like the whole thing over the credits where you get to see the play that they put together, but that get back where it came from. Boom, 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 boom.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It is fun.
But we could talk about shorts a little bit because every Pixar movie opens with a short before it if you see it in theaters, and I think they usually throw it somewhere on the DVD as well.
They used to put it in like actually after you push play, but
Right.
now you actually have to go into the extras.
And I think it's because that's kind of a throwback to, old Hollywood, where every time you saw a movie, you'd get a cartoon short.
Yeah.
And so I really like that you get these shorts. And they're usually just as good as the movies.
Yeah, totally.
The one with for Up was this one called Night and Day, and it was these two people. I guess they're people, and one is day and the other is night. And then they realize that they can cross over and start seeing things, and it's really cute.
Cool.
And they're just those shorts. They're so well done, and that's because that's what Pixar started with was doing shorts, like their little emblem of the light jumping on the.
Pixar thing.
On the eye. That was their first short except it wasn't the eye. It was like jumping on a ball.
Yeah.
And trying to flatten the ball. And then getting upset well, where's the ball now? So they made that their logo, and that was their first ever short.
That's cute.
And
Yeah, they really excel with it. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a way to get a DVD with just the shorts?
they do have a
They
DVD.
have
They do have a DVD of
want
the
it.
shorts. I think it came out a few years ago, so it doesn't have some of the more recent ones. But you
Yeah.
can get a DVD of just all the shorts.
Cool.
And
I mean, there has to be easily an hour's worth by now.
probably, yeah.
I mean, they've got them racked up, and that's just the ones that have been in films.
Yeah. And we got to talk about Up.
Up.
I really loved Up. I know you were a little on the fence about
I was
it.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
did really like it. I think that it had too much build up, and it was just another one of those things that I didn't see it until a couple of years later.
Yeah.
But I think one of the prettiest moments in any animated film is when the house is taking off
yeah,
and
it's
the
just-
balloons explode out.
Yeah, and it's a moment, and it's you don't really get them that much anymore in movies, where it was truly a magical moment where you're
Yeah.
kind of just in awe, and it's
I
kind of
know.
a moment where you're this is why I go to movies. This
Yeah,
is a magical. That's
exactly.
Night and Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it I think I just was kind of caught off guard by it because I just thought it was a grouchy old man that goes and flies around in the clouds. And there's quite a bit more to it than that.
The opening, 10 minutes are just so heartbreaking, where you had to see his whole relationship with his wife.
And then it ends.
And it's so sweet, and it's just so tragic, too. And you're just like, oh.
And then the part with the mailbox and why he loses his house. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a heartbreaking one. It definitely is pretty dark.
It is, but then you have Squirrel. Doug is so every time anybody who's had a sweet dumb dog, they're just like, that's my dog.
I know.
And he's so lovable and so sweet.
So awesome. And then you got the scary one with the very squeaky voice.
Right. Yeah. The alpha. And I love the moment where Doug realizes he's the alpha, but it's like, wait, I'm the alpha.
I'm alpha dog. You are master, and I love you because you are my master, and you are so kind. Squirrel.
I
like Doug. And Russell.
And then you have the two old guys fighting, and it's just like, Yeah, and Ed Asner and Christopher Plummer, and it's just the idea that the hero and the villain are just these two elderly men.
I know.
It just goes so much against expectations.
Angry, persnickety old dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had so much personality
they
too.
Did.
I'm glad because it kind of was like a throwback to their old chess playing guy from the shorts and stuff. That's who the little old man reminded me of.
And they don't make a big deal out of it, but Russell is Asian, and you don't see many different ethnicities, especially in lead roles in animated films.
Yeah.
And it's nice that they don't make a big deal out of it, but it is also nice to see a little bit of diversity out there. It's not all just a bunch of white people, so
makes sense.
So it's nice. It was. I appreciated that. It was nice to see that. And I think the only one we haven't really talked about is A Bug's Life, which was their second one. Yeah. And I kind of forget about that one because I don't think they really had found their voice.
That's actually by Pixar.
Right. And actually, I preferred Ants to A Bug's Life.
Fun.
It's one of the few times I think that DreamWorks kind of
ousted them on steal their ideas and make a movie.
And I'm a Woody Allen fan, so maybe that's why I'm like, oh.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And you've got Stallone and.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
I was just thinking about that the other day.
So it's kind of one of the few examples. Oh, I forgot about that. I just saw a clip of the Birds on the Wire short. I forgot about that one.
They're fun.
I love all the shorts. They're so
Me
good.
too.
So yeah, we've covered it all. We've covered Pixar.
We remembered them all. Oh,
in one episode we did it.
I hope we don't turn the cameras off and they're like, oh, we forgot it. The most famous one of all.
Yeah. But yeah, next week we're coming back with Transformers 3.
Could be good.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, come back next week and get lost with us again.